So yes, well, back on the FN again, and as you see, it's spun around. But yeah, we've got a fair, well, I'll say a fair bit of work. We're nearly there. We've still got a bit of work to do, but other than that, it's not bad. Let's get into it then, I guess. Right, driver's side. Sail all the way along. Very good. A few little bits of rust coming in there, but nothing really serious. Okay, so this is the bit on the exhaust that I was on about. So we got to cut this out, cut that out, patch it in. Otherwise, sill looks good. All this area back here looks good. The rear sill there looks brilliant. That's all good. Moving up, you can see getting a bit crusty. This will all clean up fine. You can see there's actually, you can see each piece of metal there, so that'll clean up okay. Looks a bit scary, but it'll be perfectly fine. This bit crusty. You can see this is all cleaning up. This looked just like this here, and this all cleaned up good. You can see this cleaned up all right. Still good, good solid metal. And then we've got this side here. This cleans up okay. Still got quite a bit to clean on it, but other than that, it's cleaned up nice. This front bit's cleaned up good, and then this is the scary bit. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? I smashed this to pieces. Ta-da! Look at that! Wow, this is solid. That's rock hard, that is. So that'll clean up fine. Just a little bit on the front, that'll clean up fine. But this looked, I don't know, it's the only bit of the car that's completely rotten. But I've already drilled, I did this ages ago, drilled the spot welds out for this. And then the spot welds on this side are all drilled out, even though I'm just putting that in the way. You can see they're all drilled out, so they're ready to be tapped away. It's all ready. I don't know, you can't really see on this, but it's moving, so it's all ready to come away. I just need to trim this edge here, drill these spot welds out, trim this edge, trim up these little side bits. These are all good, trim that out, and then remove it all. But because I knew this was like that anyway, I had already made this. So it just needs little bits, cutting off, rounding, little extra bits here, some of this cutting off, shortening, you know, this just needs a little bit of tweaking, but I just quickly threw it together. Put the little divot in it with its hole, just like what this had. Let me get this in place. So exactly the same as what's there basically, and then literally boom, that'll go in there. Just a little tweak in here and there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these tabs off here, and then I'm going to slot this up and then weld them tabs to it, so it saves arsing around having to make them ears, which is what I thought. I checked it beforehand and they're all solid. But yeah, it's the only bit of the car, other than the rear wheel arches, that were actually it's actually rotten. And as you can see, what I originally did was come in here, found the spot welds, which is easy enough because, you know, it's two panels getting bridged together, so clean that up and then drilled them from the inside out. You can either use an 8mm drill bit or get a proper spot weld drill, which is what I did, and just drilled them out. Boom, ready to go. Okay, as you can see, we're getting somewhere now. That fits nice up there. And then on this side, that fits nice and snug up here. And it in line with that bracket that I left on, you know, the side that I cut out, so I can just weld it straight to that. So, and I put the little jog in it here, so it fits up there, fits perfectly to the floor, all the way across, and then I can just weld it straight down here. I think I left that ear on there. Yeah, there's this bit here of the old bracket that's on the side that I can either weld to or get rid. Cut this down to the right size as what it was. The far side, let's have a look. I can't really see properly. This far side, I put the jog in it, but it just needs a bit more. Needs a bit more work. So I just need to put a bit more. Oh, actually, it's not too bad. It just needs pushing up here. So if I spot weld the other side, and then I just pop the jack under it here, and just lift this up, then that'd fit nice. And then once I've spot welded this bit in and this bit, because you can see the spot weld hole above it, then I can pop the piece of wood directly here, jack it up into there, and then it'll push in line with the floor. So that's not bad at all. So here, I thought it was a hole. I thought it had a hole here, but it's actually, you've got a panel that runs down. Oh no, is it across? Yeah, it comes across here and then comes down and then joins onto this. And then that goes down here. So I just need to clean that up and treat it all. Obviously this is just all fitting it. I need to cut this edge. I need to cut this edge down. You can see I've still got the original edge here, so I've got to take that off. Right, so that's a bit off. These are the spot welds. So you can see I left this lip on here. I just cut it off. So I'll just drill the spot welds out, and then I'll do what I did with the other side on this, and place it on the edge, cut round it, mark round it, and then cut it out so it's correct. But I'll just do that on that side, and then that's ready to be tapped in and spot welded into place. But yeah, it's all coming up all right. This is cleaned up pretty decent. Just need to go over it again with the wire wheel, a few bits and that. But other than that, it's come out pretty nice. We've still got this little hole here that we need to weld up, but that's nothing. But otherwise, the sill is spot on. Right, let's have a quick look. So, I've trimmed and put a jog in it. It sits up against the floor properly when I weld that side in. I'll just bump that up. Got this bit cut into the shape that was originally on there. This bit's all nice and trimmed, ready to go. Side, that's all trimmed, ready to be welded to this tab here. That's all good, ready to go to that tab. And then we can spot weld it from the inside. But it looks damn good, even if I do say so myself. Very happy with it. And just you know, I've taken, it was probably about, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes to make it, and then, you know, to cut it into shape and try and fit and trim a little bit out of here, try it again, trim a bit more out of there. Just take your time doing this sort of thing. It's easy work. It just takes time. If you get frustrated and annoyed, go have a coffee or a cup of tea, have a break, 10 minutes, come back, fresh thinking, you know, and job's a good one. But I'm very happy with that. So I need to continue to clean up this floor and this sill, ready to fit this. So I've cleaned all this up, primed it, and then I've just put a little light coat of black paint on what was left in the tin. Also, the hole's gone. So we put you can actually sort of see it. Cleaned back really nice. We did all down here. So we put the jog in it, the little divot that goes from the original, runs all the way down, and I just carried it on. But that came out really nice. This front panel's in, and that looks nice. I ran out of gas on that weld right there, and I had to go get some more. So, but other than that, it's solid again. So I'm very happy with that. It looks good. We're gonna clean and tidy everything up. Project Fn2 almost done. I'm so happy. Right, let's get to this. Get this welding done. So it's got this bit missing here, and it's got a bit missing off the end, and as you can see, all this is just coming apart like all the way along. So I'm gonna grind the spot welds out. I've already cut it all the way along, and then we're gonna fit a new bit over this middle bit here. But I've already made the panel. So there's the panel, there's the jogs. I usually hammer a jog into them, but with this being a long strip, if it's one jog it's not too bad, but it's a step up and down, and then this bit will just end up all bent out of shape. So I thought, let's just do it the easy way and just cut it, and then I can re-weld it. So that will fit there just nicely, and you can see the jog goes into place well. I'm going to weld them together as well, so it looks decent. Doesn't really matter because, well, let's be honest, look at what's there. Okay, so that's trimmed off. Just going to knock some of the rust out of it. That bit's still solid, it's just a bit crispy on the inside, but let's be honest, it's only a little rail anyway, but all this other bit's alright. It's a few crispy bits in there, but we've got most of it out. Right, bit of trimming. It fits nice and flush all the way down. Just got the hammer holding it up in place because it's trying to pop out. Fits nice and flush. Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap there, but I can weld that, that's no problem. Just start at the top, start on the clean metal. Quick buzz on this side and jump over. Buzz on this side, jump over, and just keep stitching it all the way down. Not a problem. And then this metal's still good, so that'll just weld all the way along quite nicely. A little bit of a trim on this bit here, just to put the jog back in it, because there's a lip here obviously. But otherwise it sits quite nice and flush against the floor, so I can drill holes in it in these areas. There's like a little bumps. See a little bit of a bump there, a little bit of a bump here. So just drill it here, and then I can just zap straight through onto the floor. Oh, you can actually see the bumps here. Look, there's a bump there. That's where it's spot welded on underneath. So I'm gonna have to scrape this sound deadening off here, otherwise this will just catch on fire. It burns very slow, so it's not too bad, but still, if you're not paying any attention, you burn your bloody car down, and your garage and everything else. So yeah, keep an eye on that. So there you go. You can see there's them spot welds. I mean, I could have literally come in here and drilled these out, but I mean, they weren't even hanging on anyway. But it doesn't really matter. I'm going to drill the other side. I could actually drill these, maybe. I might do, actually. Let me have a think, and then I'll decide, and we'll see which one I decide to choose. Here we are again. Changed my mind. Oh, honestly, my ADHD just plagues me. So we decided to cut the whole thing out, and I'm just going to rebend a whole piece and then just weld it straight up, because after realising that's just a little bit too crispy, I thought, sod it. And here we are. Right, so there's the original piece that I made, and that was just literally, weld onto there, and then obviously, you stand it up and boom, weld it on there like that, and there you go, done. But so it's all marked out here. You can see it's lower at this side, so it's lower at this side, so it's 20mm here. So that's this side here. This is all 20mm, and then this side it gets to 25. So this is all marked out at 25. So I'm going to cut that out with a grinder, and then I'll have to figure out how we're going to bend it. I'll try to do most of it in that little bender there, but we'll see. We can only get a few bends out of it, but either way, we will sort it. Okay, so iteration 2. It's not quite in line, but it will be. You can see, put a little, carried this groove on that's down it just a little bit. Usually it goes down to about here somewhere, but I didn't want to completely just ding the crap out of it. So we've got that carry on there, so that's actually works out quite nice and smooth. This all edges butt up nicely to each other. And then we've done exactly the same down here with the jogs. We're just gonna weld these gaps up, and then that fits around there nicely. So that's actually come out really nice. I'm gonna go and cut these on an angle just so it looks nice. I think it goes, yeah, I think the other one just went just a little like half moon, or quarter of a moon should I say. So then all we have to do is come in here and plug weld them. Boom. Happy days. So we got there in the end. Just a bit of finagling. And for anyone who's wondering how we made this, you can see the little divot that I've put in it. That was just this wedged in, and just braid the arm around it and just put a bit of shape into it. So how we made this, so we put these two bends in it, these sides with the actual bender, but you don't need a bender or out, you can just do it in your vise. You just bang it in your vise if you really want. And then to get this, amazingly, it was the perfect thickness of the of a bit of box section which I had. As I'll just show you, because this is the original, and you can see fits on there snug with the cut edge. It fits on there practically snug. If I trim the edges up, it'd fit on there nice, and the rusty bits. So and that, we've got these little jogs to do here. Just bend them down a bit, weld them up, clean them up, and that'll be good. And then when we put it on, we can put the holes in it where the plastic clips go through that hold the under tray on, and then that's that done. That's all that crappy rot cut out. So, and I was just going to weld this, don't forget, so I'm glad that I decided to cut it out. So yeah, that's ready to go on, and then that's it, done. Fun times. Right, there we go. There's that in. Welded in really nice. This front bit was a bit of a pain in the ass to weld in because it's just crappy old metal with nice fresh metal. So you've just got to weld from the nice metal and just zap straight across. And then eventually, once you've got a couple of nice welds on it, you can just weld down the weld and you're good. You welders out there know what I'm on about. But yeah, that went nice. Looks good. So we've just got to clean all these welds up a bit. And get everything in primer, and then ready to slap some paint on it, and we're literally done then. That's it. Some paint and some bloody stone chip, and then ready for MOT. Brilliant. Very happy. Well, I say that, but then I always forget that I've got to put all the interior back in, which is an absolute monumental mountain of pieces. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Oh yeah, I'll show you inside. I've primed them, by the way, so that's where I've drilled the spot welds out to get the original panel off and then welded through. So just a quick one. It's really weird, but if you go back in the video, because I'll probably show it, and there's like a white patch here when I'm doing it, and it goes down into the panel underneath, and it made this hole here. So whatever it was, it's gone through and then dripped into the panel that we've just put on in the bottom, the original one, and it's rotted it through. So I don't know what it is, but you can see it when you look at it, it's all white. And there's the back ones, so they're all good. I'll see if I can find, oh yeah, it's here. Look, it's got that white stuff on it. No idea what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna bloody taste it. But yeah, this white stuff had like, it was in the cabin, and then where the hole was all white round it, and then this was all white inside. It's almost like somebody dumped a shitload of salt water into something. Really weird, really weird. Anyway, thank God, project Fn2 almost done. So everything seems sealed now, and we've put a coat of that grey stone chip in the areas that are going to be grey. The only problem with the seam sealer is it just gets everywhere, literally. It's horrible to use, I hate it, but it is what it is. So I'm greying these bits, greying this is all hidden, greyed that side, greyed this middle bit, grey up here, and then I'll probably maybe grey it to here, and then this is going to be black. That new bit that I've put in here, not that you could see it, that's going to be black because it's on show and you'll be able to see it. So that's black, all this black. This is hidden with a heat shield. This is hidden with a heat shield as well. This heat shield's knackered, but I'll replace it at some point. Maybe not, depends. But other than that, everything's looking good. Whoops, put my hand in front of that. Everything's looking nice, and it's coming along good. So spin you around there. There's that front bit. That fresh panel I put in. Oh, so good. And yeah, coming along very nicely. Almost ready. Alright, so I banged a bit of stone chip on now. Let's have a quick gander. So the pinch weld on the sill, looking nice. So the thing about these is they put loads and loads of seam sealer and like stone chip mix on it, so if you see like bits like that, that's where it's not come off. And well, I couldn't be asked to take it off because the metal was so clean underneath it. There's only a few little spots where it had got through, but they do a pretty good job of that. But anyway, so we've got this painted, stone chipped, should I say. So that looks nice. All this up here, that's stone chipped up there in that grey, and this is the black effect. This front bit, this is what I welded in the other day, so that looks beautiful, even if I do say so myself. Looks pretty close to factory. The only thing that's missing from this is there's like a seam down here usually, and I thought I can't be bothered to go to that extreme, you know what I mean? So, and there's that sill. Not that I'm doing the best bloody doofer about it, and there you go. And then that's that side of it as well. So there's that in there. And it just looks nice and clean, you know what I mean? It's all been treated and zinc primed and all the usual BS I go on about. Right, so this is almost everything that I removed from the Fn2, apart from I think that's one of the patches out the boot. That's one of the patches out the boot, and there was another one, and then there was two little ones from the rear quarter. But other than that, you know, so we got that rail, the two inner arches. I mean, the passenger side was a lot worse than the drivers. The drivers weren't that bad at all. It's just I decided to go a bit gung-ho and start stabbing away, and that's just typical of me. That that's part of, I know that might be, yeah, I think that's somewhat to do with this. So that's part of that rail. This is that main bit of frame, an outrigger I think it's called. These are the tabs off it, and yeah, so I mean really that's not too bad. And there's the amount of paints, primers, under seals, stone chips. We've got seam sealer there. We had a little bit of my seam sealer left, so we used that up, so that's not really counted. But like stuff like colour match. This colour match paint was for the spoiler was like 40 quid. So, you know what I mean? Stuff like that's, it's not cheap. So I think in all, with paints in, the colour match paints, all the under seals and primers and everything, because zinc primer and stuff like this, weld through primer, that ain't cheap. You know what I mean? It's like, I think it's like 13, 14, 15 quid a tin. So it's ridiculous, but it does go a long way. But you just put that on the inside of all your panels. So when you're putting a new panel in, you spray the inside like crazy with that, and then you spray where you're going to weld, and then basically you etch primer everything else. So anyway, besides that, yeah, about 130 quid with all the paints and stone chips and everything in. So yeah, maybe a little bit more because there's some seam sealers. But other than that, £130, let's say, round number, which ain't too bad. You know, paint's gone up quite a lot. I used to be able to get like decent stone chip reasonably cheap. You used to be able to buy like 6 tins for 30 quid, but you can't do that anymore. It's like 4 tins for 30, and some of them are a bit funny to use as well. So, but yeah, I just thought that'd be interesting. Maybe help somebody, you know, to underseal, clean up the hole underneath the car. About 130 quid's worth of gear. It'll probably get you it done. So I've still got the arch and the sill to put on the skirt, but I just decided that maybe we should start putting the interior back in. So that's all going nicely. It's going together real well. Like, Honda does a damn good job of making everything clip together and screw together real nice. All back together. All under trays on as well. Lots of new clips. So that went on real nice. So you can see it all down here. All good. And then all this here. See the exhaust, and everything's gone back on real nice. It's just really nice and clean now. And just before I forget to mention, yes, we did put the new guards on. Boom. Just a quick cut, that. That's actually quite nice. You can see it's a bit hazy, but look at that. And that's what the rest of the car looks like. Crazy. Still got the bonnet, the front bumper to do, the wing mirrors, the roof, and then the rear end. But other than that, when this thing's in the sun, it looks fucking insane. So yeah, I've still got the bumper, the spoiler, and the boot. Oh, and the roof. I didn't touch the roof. Well, that thing. Ah, it looks mega. And boom, just like that, she's finished. I give her a polish as well, because the paintwork was terrible. So it's nice now, real nice. But it is dirty at the moment because it's been raining for the last couple of days. So went in for its MOT Saturday, passed, and I've just been enjoying it. All interiors back in. Boom, and it's all nice and clean. So I think, like, when I've wet vac the seat, when I've left it to dry, I've had the door closed and the sun over in my driveway has dried that bit but left that bit, so I'm going to re-wet vac it, and that should sort that out. It happened on my my EP3, but just another wet vac sorted that out. But yeah, what a good looking car. Love this car, and it drives mega as well because it's got a fast road setup. So yeah, there you go. Hope you enjoyed the videos, and if this is the first video that you've jumped on, then maybe you want to go back and watch the rest. And if you're thinking of getting one of these, maybe you'll take into consideration the amount of work I've done, but also, you know, these cars are great. And like, to be honest, you could have just drove this for the next 5 years with no issue, but I'm one of those people who, once I get a bee in my bonnet, let's say, then it has to just get sorted. Look at it, what a good looking car. I mean, I'll never not love the EP3 because it's just the original. Well, my original, not the original, but now that is a sexy car. But still, if you're passing off getting one of these cars, you are pretty silly, because they are fucking mega to drive. Great fun. Probably one of the best cars that you'll get, you know, these days anyway. That's especially naturally aspirated, but it's so fun. But yeah, just take into consideration the work that I've put into this, and also, you know, if you're gonna buy one, put your hands in your pockets. Stop trying to pick them up for dirt cheap. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't do the work yourself, put your hands in your pockets and get yourself a real nice clean example, and you won't regret it. With the best car that you have. Well, bar little oldie over there. But yeah, there you go guys. Hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching. And if you've picked some up from this, you know, just give us a thumbs up.